So we have already discussed the definition of two-dimensional array, okay, and some concepts of it. So we will discuss initialization of two-dimensional array and how to display the values of two-dimensional array today. Okay. So if I say initialization of the array. Okay. Initialization of two-dimensional array. See, whenever we speak about initialization process, okay, so that is nothing but giving initial values to the variables. That is at the time of declaration. So when we declare a variable, two things happens. That is, amount of memory will be fixed for the particular variable, and type of the value will come down. So what type of value the variable will store, or what we can store in that variable. So two things: type of the value in that variable, and amount of memory required to store that value. So similarly, when we talk about arrays, so when we talk about arrays, here also again two things: amount of memory required to store the elements of an array. So here we have to say elements of an array because more than one value we are trying to store. So one value can be stored, but it's of no use because already we have the variables which store single values. So if we are using array strings, at least two values will be stored. Then it will be we can say use of arrays, application of arrays. Okay. So here also two things: amount of memory required to store the values of an array, that is elements of an array, and type of the elements of an array, that is each element type. Okay. So in one-dimensional array, we store the values of an array which requires one subscript value, that is one index value. But in case of two-dimensional array, it requires two subscript values. So because it requires two subscript values, so if we look at the syntax, so it will be like data type, okay, array name. So we can say row size, okay, and column size. Row size and column size. So this is the syntax of two-dimensional array because we require two subscript values. Okay, row size and column size. That is number of rows and number of columns. So if I write the example for this, by looking at the syntax, I write the example. Say for example, int layout. Let me take it as 2 and 3. That is 2 rows, 3 columns. So in 2 rows and 3 columns, you have to store the elements. So 2 into 3 is 6. Total 6 number of elements we can store. So totally 6 number of elements we can store. So when it is 6 number of elements, so in computer memory representation, we can consider that is, so totally 6 locations will get it. Okay. So if I say like 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 locations will be it. So here, this you can consider it as values pointer. So where we store the values. So this everything is numerable. These are the values, and this is nothing but the index pointer, or you can say subscript pointer, where it indicates position of each element of the. Now, if we consider how it is stored in computer memory, either we can consider that vertical way or horizontal way. In computer memory, we will not write like table form, that is rows and columns. If we want to understand in user view, okay, in user perspective, we have to write in table format. Okay. So if suppose if I want to write this in table format, so how I can write this? See, whenever I say table format, that is rows and columns, always you mean that with respect to real world, that is with respect to users. So one who writes the program, or one who executes the program, or one who looks at the output of the program. So user point of view, we have to understand that is in the rows and columns format. So in memory representation, that is in computer point of view, of course it is rows and columns, but in computer memory, how it will be stored, I will tell you. Okay. So if suppose if I write the memory representation in user point of view, user view, so I can select. Okay. So 2 rows, 3 columns. So in this way we can say. So this is the first row, this is the second row, first column, second column, third column. Okay, first row, second row, first column, second column, third column. Okay. Now, when you consider first row, you have to indicate that the row number as 0. Because as I said, in arrays, you have to consider -1. With respect to real world, if it is 1, with respect to array, it becomes 0. With respect to real world, it is 2. With respect to arrays, it becomes 1. So if I say this as the first row, then row number will be 0. Okay, and second row, so row number will be 1. Okay, so you look at the number of rows, we have taken 2 rows, so last row number will be 1. So number of rows is 2, last row number is 1, 2 minus 1, that is n minus 1, number of rows minus 1. Similarly, if we consider here columns, okay, so this becomes 0, that is first column, column number is 0, and this is 1, this is 2. Okay, so 3 columns are there, column number 0, column number 1, column number 2. So totally 3 columns are there, 3 number of columns, which indicates the column size, and the last column is 3 minus 1, that is 2. Okay, this is how it is represented with user view. Okay, with real view. If I want to represent in computer view, how we have to represent this? See, first value is indicated by, listen, first value is indicated by row number and column number. Row number and column number. That is 0, 0. In this way, operate. Row number and column number. So, whenever you want to write the memory representation of two-dimensional array, what you do is first you write the table format. First you write the user, then you go for computer memory representation. It will be very easy. Directly, if you go to computer memory representation, you may feel difficult. See, I'm not telling you cannot write. You may feel difficult to write. Okay. First you write the table format. So row number is 0, column number is 0. Then second element is indicated, right? Again row number and column number. That is 0, 1. Okay. So this is the second element. 0, 1. Third element, okay, 0, 2. Because row number is 0, column number is 2. Okay, so it is 0, 2. So that is the end of the first row. So first row elements are indicated here. So we can say this is nothing but first row. See, again I am telling in computer memory either we have to write total vertical format or horizontal format. That is in sequence we have to write. But when it is represented in real world, we will come to how we can write in table format. Next, if you come to the second row elements how we have to write is you have to consider this row number and column number. So 1, 0. Okay. So 1, 0 indicates second row, first column element. Second row, first column element. Next, 1, 1. Okay. Last one is 1, 2. So this you can consider second row elements. This is the real representation. This is the real world representation. I hope you got it. So if you have any doubt, you ask. Okay. If you have not understood, let me know. Put in a chat box. I will explain once again. So everyone understood this concept? Just chat and tell. Okay. Okay, we'll explain once again. Okay, listen here. So first what you do is look at the syntax and write the example. So int is the data types, can take even float, character, anything. Int, float, character, you can take all of these data types. Then you write the array name. So here array name is A. Okay, A is the array name. You have to indicate row size and column size. You see here I have taken 200, you can take any number. You can take 3 rows, 4 columns, or 3 rows, 3 columns. Same number of columns, same number of rows and columns also you can take. So here I have taken 2 rows and 3 columns. So once you write this, before you go to the memory representation, what you do, you write in normal format, that is table format, real world example. Okay, user will you write. So you just see how many rows and how many columns you have written. 2 rows I have written, 3 columns I have written. I think by looking at the number of rows and columns, you can write the table format. I think it's not difficult. So I have written. See, you look at this table. I have written this table format: 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay. By looking at the box only, you can say 2 rows are there, 3 columns are there. You just indicate first row, second row, first column, second column, third row. If you don't write also, if you have understood, then it's fine. Okay. See, for example, if you don't write here, first row, second row in that way, if you have understood that this first row is second row and first column, second row, third row, that is fine. But when we go to the array, you have to write the row number compulsory. So first row will be indicated by 0, second row will be indicated by 1. That is row number 0, row number 1. Similarly, column number 0, column number 1, column number 2. Always, in real world, if you say 1, in array it becomes -1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So if it is 1 in real world, in array it is 0. If it is 2 in real world, in array it is 1. Okay, like that. So row number 0, row number 1, column number 0, column number 1, column number 2. Okay, right. Next. So next thing is so when you write the numerical representation, I tell you step by step. You see number of rows and number of columns. So number of rows are 2, number of columns are 3. 2 into 3. So 2, 3 is 6. 6 values we can enter. See here, don't directly enter the values. Okay? That is the next step. Initialization process, I will tell you how to write the values. Don't write the values. Just number of rows, number of columns, memory locations with empty boxes, and row index and column index. You see how many rows and how many columns you have taken. See here I have taken 200. So 2 into 3, 6. So totally 6 boxes. Okay, 6 boxes you write. Next thing, out of 6 boxes, you see number of rows. Okay, 2 rows are there. So 2 rows and 3 columns. So 2 rows and 3 columns means, see, 3 columns are there. So first 3 boxes indicates first row elements. That is, in real world, if we see, this entire row indicates first row elements. Okay, first row elements. Then second row elements. First row elements, second row elements. Now you write the index values here. So how to write the index values here? Anyways, we have written row number 0, row number 1, column number 0, column number 1, column number 2. You just write like 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. Okay. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Have you got it, everyone? So if you have still doubt, I will explain again. So row number 0, column number 0, row number 1, sorry, row number 0, column number 1, row number 0, column number 2. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. So you see 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2. So once you complete all the points, that is nothing but first row. First row is completed. You go to the second row. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. So this is the second row. I hope you people got it. Anyone still have doubt? Okay, fine. We'll move further. Okay. Now people can take a screenshot of this. Again, I will continue. I'll wait for a minute. Just take this screenshot. We will continue. So we will move to the initialization process. So initialization of a variable or an array is nothing but when we declare the variable or an array, at the time of declaration we give the values, or after the statement of declaration, so immediately we give the values, we can say initialization. That is giving initial value to the variables, initial value to the variable or an array before we use those variables and arrays in the program. Okay. So see here, syntax in the sense, like you can follow the same syntax, that is data type, array name, row size and column size. But when I write the example, you just look at the example how I write. So example, okay. See if I take a same array name A, row size is 2, column size is 3. Okay. You just end the declaration with this semicolon. So this type of statement of called a declaration statement. So you have to remember the technical terms. Don't say int statement, close statement like that. You say declaration statement. Okay. So this is the declaration statement. See, after the declaration statement, what we have to do is like you can write the memory representation of both. That is user view as well as uh, computer memory view. You can write it. So same things I can say like. Okay. Sorry. So this is the table format, rows and columns format. You see number of rows are 2, number of columns are 3. So I can say 0, 1 and 0, 1, 2. That is row number and column number, row index and column index. Okay. And in memory representation also like so totally 6 boxes. Okay. So you say 0, 0, okay, 0, 1, 0, 2. So 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. This much you write it. Okay. So this indicates the index and these are the values of that. Okay. Now what we have to do is we will assign the value directly now. In the next statements you see, we will assign, we will copy the values directly to the memory locations. That is, see if I want to store the value in location 0, 0, A of 0, 0. So I have to write the statement as A of 0, 0 is equals to say 11. Any value, A of 0, 0 is equals to 11. See, this happens at the coding level. Okay, in program it happens. This is memory representation and this is user view. So three things are there: user view, memory representation, and in code what we do. So if one statement is executed in the code, what happens at the memory level and what happens at the user level. Okay. So if I write A of 0, 0 is equals to 11, so this 11 will be stored in this location. I can say 11 is in location. If you look at the previous example, I have not written the values, just the declaration. So step by step we will go. First declaration, then initialization, then printing the values, then input and print both. Next, similarly, I can say A of 0, 1, 0, because first row number 0 and column number 1. So this value will be stored in second location. Okay, that is first row, second element, second column element. Similarly, A of 0, 2 is equal to 13. So this value will be stored in computer location 13. Okay. Next, A of 1, 0. See, you see 1, 0 is equal to 2. See, I have taken the values in sequence. You can take in any order, in ascending or descending or random order. You can take whatever you want. You see that you are storing integer values only. You should not say like after 13 you cannot say 14.25 because data type is int. So when the data type is int, you have to store all the integer values. If the data type is float, you have to store all the floating point values. So 14. So 14 is the store. Next, A of 1 equals to 15. Okay, so don't forget to put semicolon because I said this is at the coding level. So in code, when you write the steps in coding level, you should not make any mistake, both grammar mistakes or logical mistakes. Last one, so this will be short 15. So A of 1, 2 is equal to 16. So 16. See, when you write the code, after semicolon, you can continue with the same line. Semicolon indicates end of the statement. Okay, not the end of the line, end of the statement. So when you put semicolon, you can continue in the same line. But if you don't put the semicolon, if you continue in the same line, you will get error. Statement missing semicolon. So semicolon is must for every statement. Okay. Then after 16, right? We have one which is 16. So this is how it is stored in computer memory, and this is how we write in coding level. And in user view also you can write the same values. In the previous example, in user view as well as in memory view, I have written only boxes, empty boxes, no values are there. So here, both at memory level and user view, you can say values are there. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. This you can consider like an output, or you can say user view. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of this because in the notes just I have reduced it just for you to make easy to write in the exam. So now you can take a screenshot for your understanding. Okay, just take this.
So in the initialization, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay. Prem Kumar, you asked the doubt how it will be displayed in the console screen. Still, I have not explained. I will do it. Okay. So that is the next topic. To display the elements of two-dimensional array on the screen. Okay. So people taken screenshot. So people understood both the declaration and initialization. If you have any doubt in declaration of an two-dimensional array and initialization of two-dimensional array, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, fine. So we'll continue.
Okay. See, just look here. If I want to print the values stored in computer memory on a console screen, on the output screen that is on the black screen, we know that we have the statement called a cout. Okay, we have the statement called cout. By making use of that cout statement, we have to write the code. Okay. So if I write like, say for example, cout, okay, a of 0, 0. So you read it as a of 0, 0. Don't say a 0, 0. A of 0, 0. Okay, whatever we write in square bracket, you have to read it as a of 0, 0. Okay. So after writing a of 0, 0, put semicolon. Or before you put semicolon, you have to do either of these things. That is, either you put backslash n, or you put backslash v, or you say n. Because if I put backslash n, the next value will be printed on the next line. If I put a backslash, end, same thing, it will be printed on the next line. If I put backslash v, the next value will be printed. After some space, there will be space between two values so that we can identify. If I don't write anything, I'll tell you how it will be displayed. It will be displayed like this: 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So can we separate the values? No, right? So it will be rated as 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, like that. So if we have written the program and if we have looked at the output, we will come. If anybody else looks at the output, cannot understand. So we have to give either the space or the endl or backslash. Okay. So if I want to write endl, so I can say like this endl. Okay. So this is how we write we display first. Second, so cout, okay, of 0, 1. you just see the index values and write. You have 0, 0, you have 0, 1, you have 0, 2, you have 1, 0, you have 1, 1, you have 1, 2. Okay. And again, indent. So, 0, 2, so indent. So, 0, 1, 0. If you have written numeral representation, then you will come to know how to write the index values. Otherwise, you will not come. So, you have the habit of writing numeral representation. So, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay. So, 1, 0, indel. So, 0, 0, 1, 1. The last element is 0 pointer. Don't write indel because it is not required. After that, no more elements are present. Don't write. So, how this will be displayed is same way. How it is, how I have done numerical representation, same way it is displayed on the screen 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. If I use indel or backslash. If I use backslash 3, so it will be displayed like this 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. By leaving some space. Okay, so this is how it is displayed when we use backslash 3. This is how it is displayed when we use backslash n or main. Okay, but I'll tell you one thing. Both are not useful for us. If you display all the elements in the horizontal format, or if you display in the vertical format, both are not useful for us because the intention of two-dimensional array itself is to have the application of matrix. Matrix means arranging the elements in rows and columns format. When we display for the user, that is the elements of an array in rows and columns format, that itself is the application of a two-dimensional array. So, if you display all the elements in horizontal, or if you display all the elements in vertical, it's of no use. You have to display in table format, that is, this is the user view. So, that I will tell you in the next class, how to display the elements of two-dimensional array in row and column format on the console screen, so that it will be useful for the user. That I will tell in the next class. So, if you have any doubt, you can ask. So, meanwhile, you can take a screenshot of this. Okay? Because I have done some extra thing, you can take a screenshot.
So once completed with screenshot, let me know so that we can end the class. Okay, fine. Okay, I hope you people have understood the concepts of today's class. So we'll end the class. Tomorrow we'll continue. Okay.